Let's get to some other news and happenings in the world of wrestling. Let's go to some sad news. And a lot of people, of course, naturally got in touch with us and wanted to get your thoughts on this. News breaking this morning as we are recording. The passing of Mantaur, Mike Halleck.
Well, yeah, and obviously I saw this, early. Well, you had told me first, and I got on Twitter and saw a bunch because people were, including us in it because of the... And I didn't dislike this guy at all. I'm not trying to say anything bad about him, but he literally was Mantaur for like, what, was it 6 weeks? Did he last that long? I managed him, I think, at one taping twice, or maybe spread over 2 tapings. It was kind of a rib on me. I think I don't know how he got booked and got there, to be honest. And I think when Vince saw the outfit and the bison head or whatever it was, I think he just kind of tuned out. But anyway, I really only interacted with him those few times, and he didn't last long in the WWF because the gimmick, it just didn't work. He had a career. I saw on PW Insider, the retrospective, they did some clips. He wrestled as Bruiser Mastino. He was, did tours of Germany, was in, I guess one of the clips I saw was, I think it was either in Japan, England, somewhere. He was worked around the world, had worked in Canada, was in Memphis at one point. That just the gimmick and just the preposterosity of it is what registered with people, and we've told the story a few times. So I hate to hear that he passed away and we have no, information on, what happened. And he was only 55 years old. I knew he had to be younger than me, and I was like, geez. So, we really don't know anything more than that, but we had to comment on it just because so many people have brought the thing up. Hey, you as a tape trader, you were watching stuff from everywhere but Antarctica
and Germany.
How well, did you see anything of his other work besides Mantaur in the WWF?
I never had seen him before he got to the WWF, and that was kind of what launched, like, who's this guy? Where is he from? Usually, like, when someone showed up there, domestically, you kind of knew, if you were a smart fan or just someone who read the magazines even, you knew the name. Yeah. You kind of had seen them somewhere. But I didn't know who this guy was at all, and I don't think I ever saw footage of him until, like, the days of YouTube, before Mantaur, and again, it lasted a very short period of time.
He had a run in Memphis when Memphis was not doing well, I think, in was it the late 80s or was it the early 90s? At some point around there. But yeah, that's the thing is, in those days, somebody could still show up on television with a different gimmick and a different look, and you didn't know who the fuck they were.
How long before you went out with him on TV did you actually meet him?
Like 20 minutes. Like no, that was why I thought it was a rib somehow, because they literally said like 20 minutes before the fucking match went out. I think he was one of the first matches at the taping. But Bruce told me, you're managing Mantaur. And I was, oh yeah, right. Like they would just tell me, no, you are. Go out with him. Oh shit. And he was a very nice guy. I don't know whether it was nerves or what, but his timing, as we've mentioned, I don't want to speak ill of a man who's just passed, but his timing was an issue in that match, and it wasn't real good, and the gimmick he couldn't get in the ring with the fucking head on. And I'd seen Yukon Moose Cholak when I was 12, so I knew what was going to go on here. But he had to wear it, and then he had to carry it, and then and it wasn't a good match or a good gimmick or whatever. And like I said, somebody has said to me on Twitter, I've seen you with Mantaur in 2 different matches. It may have been 2 matches that taping, I don't know, but it didn't go long. They may have sent me. Did he have a match with Brett or somebody that they sent me out maybe to take a bump? I don't know.
You said he had timing issues. Did a lot of guys who weren't used to WWE rings have timing issues or different issues because of the size of the ring, let alone the ropes?
That may have been part of it, because one of them I remember, but also he was trying to wrestle. He was trying to do, Mantaur, like he was revving his feet up like a bull charging or whatever. He charges into the turnbuckle and the guy moves and he hits the buckle and he staggers back and weebles and wobbles for like 5 seconds without turning around. And I just, oh man, stuff like that.
Several of the reports have referred to him as a member of Camp Cornette. Do you consider him an official member of Camp Cornette?
No. I'm not even sure if that period of time was when we were still doing Camp Cornette, that I was with Owen, Davey, and either Yoko or Vader was pretty much the Camp Cornette lineup at one point or another. I don't even know whether this was the same time period or not. I have a feeling, boy, I'll tell you what, if he had been welcomed into the group as a full-time member, I can't imagine the fun that Owen and Davey would have had with Mantaur's gimmick, at least.
Well, what is camp if not fun? But
there you have it.
We send our sympathies to the fans and the friends and the family of Mantaur Mike Halleck,